throw out all sorts of prices. Sticker price, invoice price, internet price. You've heard it all. So have we. Don't get caught up in that sea of confusion. Get in step with Liberty Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, your best price dealer. Best Chrysler price. Best Dodge price. Liberty Jeep prices are the best, along with the best Ram truck prices. And Liberty has 26 lenders available, including specialized military banks. We can get you done. Looking for the best price? Think Liberty Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. Don't mark time or half step. Double time to Liberty Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. We'll treat you right on site or website during the summer clearance event. Liberty Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, across from Walmart in Hinesville, or online at libertychrysler.com. Buy your new vehicle today, the right way, at Liberty Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. Your best price dealer. We will save you money.
When it comes to working around the house, never underestimate the value of getting it done right the first time. At your local Ace Hardware, our associates are always ready with expert tips on the smartest ways to get the results you're looking for. We'll give you simple, straightforward advice that will help you save time and money.
Your local Ace Hardware store is Harris Ace Hardware, the helpful place. Located on West Cherry Street in Jesup, also in Eulonia and Hinesville, that's Harris Ace Hardware.
Morton Collision is located at 1320 West Pine Street in Jesup. Morton's offers free estimates, 23-hour towing, and they guarantee their work. Call 427-3769 or after hours 912-294-6140. The staff at Morton Collision Center works with all insurance companies. So for guaranteed work with a qualified staff, go to Morton Collision at 1320 West Pine Street in Jesup. Morton Collision, quality you can see.
This is Charles Huffman at Jesup Housing Outlet. If you haven't been to Jesup Housing Outlet lately, you're missing out on a large selection of new and exciting floor plans from the nation's top manufacturers like Clayton, Fleetwood, Scott-Built, and Homes of Merit. All of our homes feature modern kitchens and appliances, our 60 and higher insulation values, thermopane windows, and energy-efficient heat pumps. We have two locations to serve you, 2452 Savannah Highway in Jesup and Highway 301 South between I-16 and the bypass in Statesboro. Come see Charles, Faye, or Sherida today.
When further treatment is no longer an option, hospice can provide services to manage symptoms and difficulties caused by illness. Emotional, psychosocial, and spiritual care, as well as support to the families and caregivers, are all part of hospice care. Hospice of South Georgia has been a part of the health community in Wayne and surrounding counties for over 13 years. The professional yet compassionate attention provided by our staff is unsurpassed. Widely supported by donations from the local population, Hospice of South Georgia is the only nonprofit hospice in Wayne County. Our new administrative offices, located at 1625 Sunset Boulevard, have opened recently as Phase 1 of our building project. Hospice of South Georgia accepts anyone who meets hospice criteria, regardless of their ability to pay. Please call 912-588-0080 to speak to someone about hospice care. That was 912-588-0080. We are your hometown hospice, and we are here to serve you. Hospice of South Georgia, working to add life to your days.
Local news on WIFO.
It's time now for local latest in local news. In the news, GBI investigating a shooting Monday night in Brunswick, Georgia, involving an off-duty police officer who responded to a domestic call, found a man stabbing a woman, and shot the man. The man has since died. Brunswick police state the shooting occurred at the 2100 block of North Street. Officer Aldred Spalding went to the scene, found a man stabbing a woman, and shot him. The suspect, David Leon Bell, was taken to a hospital for treatment but died later of his injuries. GBI has been called in to investigate the incident. The officer has been put on administrative leave until the investigation is completed. Stabbing victim Erica Williams is in stable condition. Bell was shot in the parking lot in front of the area of the apartment complex on the end of North Street. Again, the GBI has been in charge of the investigation. The incident occurred Monday evening around 7:15 p.m. in Brunswick, Georgia. As of July 1st, dozens of new laws are on the books in the state of Georgia, now in effect, as July 1st marks the date the new laws took effect. Governor signed 275 measures into law following the legislative session, which ended back in March. Georgians can see the full list of the laws at the General Assembly's website, but some of those include the guns on campus law, in which Georgia joins 9 other states that allow concealed weapons to be carried on campuses. Permit holders must be 21 years of age or at least 18 with proof of basic training or active service in the military. Law excludes campus preschools, faculty, or administrative offices. disciplinary hearings in classrooms being used by high school students taking college courses. Also off limits to concealed weapons are dormitories, fraternities, and sorority houses and athletic facilities, but the definition of athletic facilities does not extend to tailgate areas popular with college football fans. Another new law on the books involves people convicted of certain crimes against police officers and law enforcement officials will now receive stiffer criminal sentences. According to the new law, assault involving a firearm carries a mandatory minimum prison sentence of 10 years. Assault without firing a gun but using another object would require a mandatory minimum prison sentence of 3 years. Law allows prosecutors to make plea deals for a lower sentence, but opponents say judges should have discretion in all cases. At least 12 other states have passed new laws this year expanding penalties for certain violent crimes against law officers. State gains new authority to intervene at struggling schools this month, but most of the process laid out in the new law cannot begin until a new employee dubbed a chief turnaround officer is chosen. State officials and representatives of various educations groups decided in June to contract with the National Association of State Boards of Education to search for candidates, but says they are more concerned with finding the right person for the job than the time frame to finish the search. The eventual pick will have broad authority to select schools for state intervention and the power to enforce plans aiming to improve student performance. Schools selected will negotiate contracts with the state aiming to reverse years of struggles. Finally, another new law affects hunters and fishermen as the cost of licenses rises this month for people in the state of Georgia. For instance, an annual resident hunting license will cost $15 compared to the former $10 charge, and a resident hunting/fishing license will now cost $30 rather than just $17. Georgia's Department of Natural Resources says the last time licenses prices increased in the state of Georgia was back in 1992. Again, all the new laws took effect on July 1st, and all the new laws on the state of Georgia's are listed on the Georgia's General Assembly's website. We'll be back with more news after this word from our sponsor, other commercial messages, so please stay tuned.
The Trade Mart at 3689 Savannah Highway has been serving Wayne County and surrounding counties for over 30 years. If it's a small hand tool you're looking for or a 30-ton bearing press, we've got it. You need a tarp? We've got you covered. We have any size you need, from a 5x7 to a 30x60. So if you need a quality tool at an affordable price, come see us at the Trade Mart, 3689 Savannah Highway, or call us at 427-6966. That's 427-6966. The Trade Mart, the tool supply place.
I'm a mom and a grandmother, both of which keep me on the go. So when my hip pain was getting so bad that I couldn't keep up with my grandchildren, I knew I had to see someone. My primary care doctor thought I might need a hip replacement and referred me to Summit Sports Medicine and Orthopedic Surgery. He said they use the latest surgical and non-surgical techniques to treat a full range of orthopedic conditions, from hips, knees, and ankles to shoulders, wrists, and hands, all supported by the resources of Southeast Georgia Health System. The board-certified orthopedic surgeons and physicians at Summit Sports Medicine and Orthopedic Surgery to plan for me, complete with physical rehabilitation that got me back to chasing my grandkids pretty quickly. And they have 3 convenient locations offering same-day appointments for emergencies. To learn more or to schedule an appointment, call 1-855-ASK-SGHS. That's 1-855-275-7447. Or visit sghs.org/summit today.
Totally transparent car buying. With Neesmith Chevrolet Buick GMC live market pricing, know for certain you're buying at the low market price. We constantly monitor multiple auto and competitor websites to always offer the most aggressive market prices. No games, no gimmicks, no kidding. That's why Neesmith Chevrolet Buick GMC is the home of the no-hassle deal. Skip the runaround and discover the difference of truly transparent buying on every new and pre-owned vehicle every day. We're online just like you, and we continuously scan pricing on hundreds of vehicles to update prices in real time. At Neesmith Chevrolet Buick GMC, know for certain that our live market price is the low market price. Experience a new and totally transparent way to buy with live market pricing.
Neesmith Chevrolet Buick GMC, home of the no-hassle deal.
Chevy, find new roads.
With the July 4th holiday, both the City of Jesup and County Commissioners have changed their meeting dates not to conflict with the holiday. The county is set to meet Monday, July 10th at 7 p.m. Should receive the agenda this week. As soon as we receive that, we'll pass it along here on the local news. City of Jesup Commissioners will meet Tuesday, July 18th. Commission did have a call meeting last week and voted to purchase a new street sweeper at the cost of $182,000. Item that was budgeted and came under budget. Again, that meeting held last week. Still no set joint meeting between the city and county governments, despite members on both boards stating publicly that such a meeting needs to be held to discuss several issues. The main issue, the future of Cracker Williams Park. Recently, the county voted to give the property back to the city of Jesup. The city says they found out that news through the news media and not through any discussions between the governing bodies. Discussions of a pool continue. There's still food for thought. The pool could be built back at Cracker Williams, where it has been for years. No decisions have been set in stone. Those are the words of County Commissioner Herschel Hires, who's been given the task by his fellow commissioners to research the pool issue and bring information back to the county board. Again, WIFO continues to follow this story as it develops. Again, no set meeting between the city and county governments. If the meeting is set, we'll pass that information along as well. Last time the two boards met occurred down on Jekyll Island between the two governing bodies as both were on retreats and held a joint session. Congrats and a big thank you once again to the City of Scriven and Wayne Memorial Hospital and the Tourism Board and all the volunteers who helped with the Saturday, July fireworks show in Scriven this past Saturday, July 1st. Once again, a great crowd on hand. Another excellent fireworks show. Fireworks lit the sky for about 25 minutes. People from all around the area came and enjoyed the show. Another 4th of July tradition takes place in New York, the annual hot dog eating contest. This year, Joey Jaws Chestnut sets a new record, eats 72 hot dogs in 10 minutes. It's his 10th title in his career. It's, again, 72 dogs in 10 minutes. Second place finisher ate 60 dogs, 24-year-old Carmen Kinsadi of New Jersey. And Joey Chestnut, your champion, on July 4th, 72 dogs in 10 minutes. We'll come back with some final news notes after this word from our sponsor of the commercial messages, so please stay tuned.
The Trade Mart at 3689 Savannah Highway has been serving Wayne County and surrounding counties for over 30 years. If it's a small hand tool you're looking for or a 30-ton bearing press, we've got it. You need a tarp? We've got you covered. We have any size you need, from a 5x7 to a 30x60. So if you need a quality tool at an affordable price, come see us at the Trade Mart, 3689 Savannah Highway, or call us at 427-6966. That's 427-6966. The Trade Mart, the tool supply place.
At Paul Thigpen Chevrolet, you never need to wait for a sale to save. Right, Paul?
You got that right. We always come to work to do work at PTC. I save my customers money every day and every way with discounts and rebates on all my vehicles.
Don't forget to tell them about the best finance rates, Paul.
You got that right, cuz. I got them low down, get down rates on all my new and used vehicles.
And what about selection?
With over 700 new and used vehicles on my lot, I got nearly every car, truck, or SUV you need. Y'all know I got them stacked deep, and every day I'm gonna sell them cheap, cheap, cheap. With our treat you like you are our family attitude, our huge selection, and 0% for 72 months, why wouldn't you buy from me? Y'all come on down, let's do some biz. Everybody else is.
Find new roads at Paul Thigpen Chevrolet in Vidalia and at paulthigpenchevy.com.
For all your medical needs, Tim's Home Medical on South 1st Street in Jesup has you covered. Oxygen, CPAP equipment, wheelchairs, walkers, hospital beds, plus specialty medical equipment from a local company that cares. Tim's Home Medical can handle Medicare, Medicaid, and private insurance billing, as well as family records for tax purposes. Tim's Home Medical, owned and operated by Tim Sloan, 918 South 1st Street in Jesup. Tim's Home Medical. Call 385-2490, 385-2490.
Final notes news. Hospital has a couple events taking place. A free class on childbirth offered at Wayne Memorial Hospital Saturday, July 15th from 9 to 1 in the hospital annex building located at the corner of Peachtree Street and Colonial Way in Jesup. The class is ideal for those expectant mothers 25 weeks pregnant or later by the class date. Those interested in registering can do so by calling 530-3117 or 912-530-3118. Again, the class set for Saturday, July 15th from 9 to 1 in the hospital annex building. Also, the hospital getting ready for its next blood drive. It's set for Wednesday, July 19th from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. in the Bloodmobile adjacent to the exterior entrance to the cafe at Wayne Memorial Hospital. Appointments can be made by calling 1-800-RED-CROSS or visiting the Red Cross website at redcrossblood.org and entering Wayne Memorial Hospital when prompted for a sponsor code. Walk-ins are welcome that day. Donors will be entered into a raffle for $25 if they achieve 5 units over the drive goal. If 10 or more units are collected beyond the goal, the raffle increases to $50. The goal for the drive is 32 units. All blood types are needed, as 1 pint of blood can save up to 3 lives. Donors can go online and to redcrossblood.org to make their visit Again, the date is Wednesday, July 19th from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. in the Bloodmobile outside the hospital. A big story in Washington is the proposed upcoming vote on the new health care bill. Georgia U.S. Senators Johnny Isakson and Sonny Perdue, key allies to GOP leaders and President Trump, and both viewed as yes votes for Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell. Both are looking to secure last-minute benefits for Georgia's sickest children and some of the state's medical providers as McConnell attempts to renegotiate portions of the Better Care Act to win over GOP holdouts. Near the top of the list of Isakson and Perdue's wish list is a change that could send more money to safety net hospitals such as Grady and South Fulton Medical Center in Atlanta. Another aim is to have the government pay more to local health care providers who treat needy children. Governor Nathan Deal has been quietly working with members of Georgia's congressional delegation to ensure that the state does not lose out under the bill for its decision not to accept more federal funding for adding more adults to Medicaid rolls. Governor states, quote, "As I've said before, we want to make sure we're not punished because we do not expand our Medicaid population. We want to be treated fairly," end quote. And one of the most pressing items on the to-do list for state lawmakers has been ensuring that Georgia does not end up locked into a system that leads to far less federal money heading its way. The state has some of the county's lowest health care spending per capita, according to the Kaiser Family Foundation, had the nation's second highest uninsured rate in 2015. Senate plan would keep additional dollars flowing to 31 states that chose to expand Medicaid through the end of 2023. Isakson, with Perdue's blessing, met recently with McConnell to ask him to tweak the way the government funds charity hospitals under the so-called disproportionate share hospital program so that more funding would land in non-expansion states such as Georgia, particularly if there is an increase in uninsured patients. Congressional Budget Office analysis found the original Senate bill would increase payments to those safety net hospitals in Georgia and the other 18 non-expansion states by a total of $19 billion over 10 years. Isakson's proposed change seeks to send extra money to the charity hospitals that treat more low-income and uninsured people than their average counterparts. Those so-called safety net hospitals tend to operate on very thin financial margins because they often are not compensated in a timely manner or at all for the care they provide to the uninsured. That's why the government often provides such hospitals additional funding. And Georgia senators are also working and asking party leaders to exempt children with medically complex conditions such as Down syndrome or congenital heart disease from the GOP's proposed Medicaid overhaul. Both the House and Senate bills would shift Medicaid, which covers about 1 in 5 Georgians, from an open-ended entitlement in which states and the federal government pay for all of the patient's eligible medical expenses to a grant program in which Washington hands the states a lump sum each year. The changes are aimed at bringing the program's ballooning costs under control and granting the states more flexibility to implement the kinds of health care programs that they want, but opponents argue it could blow holes in the state budget since they would be responsible for covering any shortfalls. That's going to do it for the latest in the local news. Sports comes your way in a few minutes. Bob Morgan saying have a great day.
You've been listening to local news on WIFO. There are 4 big reasons to shop the biggest 4th of July savings event ever at your locally owned Sears Hometown store. 1. Save 25 to 50% on a great selection of top brand appliances. 2. Guaranteed